Presidential candidate Ben Carson getting briefed on the border right now by Arizona Sheriff Paul Babu, the Pinal County Sheriff, alerting Carson about authorities letting illegals locked up for violent crimes out of prison. This is a concern the sheriff raised right here with us. Take a look.
There's such frustration because our government, our federal government, has proven to be completely inept. That there's law for you and I that we have to follow, and there's real consequences. Right. But if you're from a foreign country, you commit murder, guess what? They release you into our communities, and you don't have to be the sheriff to figure out what's going to happen.
To Katie Pavlich now on how the White House isn't talking to guys on the ground like Sheriff Babu. Katie, the feds are supposed to be helping out local law enforcement, not making their job tougher.
Well, that's all that they do these days is make the jobs of local law enforcement tougher. And Sheriff Paul Babu and the Pinal County Sheriff's Department is a perfect example of that, because the federal government and the Obama administration argue that illegal immigration is a federal issue, except the problem is that it's the Sheriff's Department that is getting the phone call when there's a problem with illegal immigration. They're then sending those illegal immigrants into their local jail, and then DHS isn't reimbursing them for the costs, and they're being vilified for doing all the hard work to get these hard criminals who are breaking not only immigration laws, but also very serious laws and committing very serious violent crimes. And then the administration is just releasing them back into their communities after they've done a lot of hard work to get them in jail in the first place.
By the way, breaking crimes in a level of hundreds of thousands of crimes every year all across the United States. But the whole system, Katie, is collapsing because on the one hand, the feds, ICE is letting out the violent criminals, the felons, but then local sanctuary cities are letting out felons as well. So both on the local level and the federal level, things are breaking down.
Well, and it comes down to a breakdown in really just law enforcement. I mean, if you talk to even ICE agents who are on the ground, they'll tell you that the administration isn't talking to them either. You'll remember back when the Gang of Eight bill was being debated in the Senate, you had the head of the ICE union testify in front of Congress and saying, look, we haven't even been consulted when it comes to the administration or Congress asking what we should be doing to make sure that these violent criminals are not on the streets. And they say the interior enforcement aspect of this, not just border security, it involves everything, is not being not being done, and that their hands are tied.
Katie, I'm getting a wrap, but I just have to ask, what about Donald Trump? I think he's right in pinpointing the problem. Does he have a solution?
Look, you know, Donald Trump has been getting a lot of heat in the last couple of days for saying he wants to essentially repeal the 14th Amendment. But you know what prevents the problem of people staying here and overstaying their visas? Tough interior enforcement and border security. You can do it without that repeal. And I think he actually does have a point when it comes to just enforcing the laws we have on the books and allowing local law enforcement and federal law enforcement to do their jobs when it comes to immigration reform.
But it's breaking down on all levels. We got a serious problem here. Katie, thank you very much.